Hello everyone, Kieran Hayes here. I'm here to do a filter holder review of the Formatt Hitech Firecrest 100mm filter holder system, and this is the beauty. So this is the beautiful pouch. It comes in, there's 4 sections in it carrying the polarizing filter, the 3 adapter rings, and also the Allen key, sorry, I thought there was something coming through from behind me there. The Allen key, and also the extra light shield caps to it. So just pop that down there. The holder itself is absolutely fantastic for 3 different reasons in my mind. Firstly, ease of use. If you're anyway nervous about putting filter holder systems on and off, this just pops on like that. Nice click, very easy to use. Take it off, it's off. Put it back on again, it's on, click, that's it. So you can actually probably even hear the click even over the sea. It's that loud. So it's very reassuring knowing the filter holder system is actually locked in position securely. So again, that's a nice little feature on its own. Just the ease of use, being able to take it on and off. But it's also incredibly easy to use with one hand, because the actual thumb slider has a nice groove in it and it's wedge shaped going out. So when you hold it like that, it's not going to slip out of your hand. There's a load of tiny little details like that built into this filter holder that have me absolutely convinced it was designed by a photographer for a photographer. So again, putting it back on, this is a slight bit of a challenge. It pops in place, clicks, that's it. Twist and turn it, do whatever I want with it. Take it back off again, pop it back on again. If I'm not talking to you, this is 10 times easier. But the main advantage being is, and why it's so important to have the likes of the one-handed use. You want to pop it off, you can pop it off. You can try back button focusing, you can change your aperture, you can change your focal point, and you're busy doing all that. You pop it back on again, you're ready to take your shot, and click, you take your forward. And you go forward from there again. It's really handy because a lot of times you can shoot through and focus to a 10-stop ND filter or a 16-stop, or some cameras even a 6-stop filter. So you have to take it off. So it's one of the big things that the filter holder systems have over circular filters, that you can remove them quite easily. So obviously the easier you can take that off, the better. So if I pop that on and off like that, the system is on, it's ready to use. That just makes my life so much easier. The other thing, as we're talking about those systems, is if I just tighten all that up and on, these extra light shield caps, they have a slot running down through them for the graduated filter. This has 2 purposes. It stops light getting between the graduated filter and your ND filter, so it stops reflections. But the other thing I found personally, being in the sea like I am a lot, it stops sea spray and it stops mist and light rain getting in between the graduated filter and the ND filter. So when I'm shooting conditions like this, because it actually is, there's a very light rain coming through at the moment, all I have to be concerned about is cleaning the front of the graduated filter, because the extra light shield cap is going to block the sea spray, the mist or the light rain getting in between the 2 of those. So again, that's saving me a lot of time. If you're shooting in fading light conditions and you have maybe 2 minutes of absolutely spectacular light, you want to get as many photographs as possible in that period of time, and changing conditions, different viewing angles. Again, why I say it's so important to be able to pop the filter holder off and back on again so quickly. So, and if you're not getting sea spray, mist, light rain getting in between the 2, huge advantage, absolutely huge advantage. And again, the other aspect, as I say, is light not getting in between. I tend to shoot a lot with a 5-stop ND graduated filter, so that for me is a big thing. And the other thing, which I say there's 3 huge bonuses in this filter system, is if I take off the filter holder itself, you have the rotating adapter ring is on here now, right now. That basically speaking, if I just pick up, It's actually on. Still left it on. There's a polarizing filter. So the polarizing filter actually screws on or threads onto the adapter ring. Now, that might seem like a small thing and a commonsensical thing, but I have another brand of filter holder that it actually pops into place, and you never know if it actually is in place or if it isn't. There's no real loud click to say, oh yeah, that's pushed home. Whereas at least with this, even if I just turn it a few times, I know that's in position. Obviously, you screw it on completely, but if you really are pushed for time, that's not going to fall out. And as I say, obviously you always screw it on completely. But the other huge thing with it is, with the other system I was talking about, you actually have to unscrew the adapter ring and push the polarizing filter through from the other side, which it might seem like a minor inconvenience, but there's two things with it. Firstly, you have to take the whole adapter ring off, which isn't a big problem, just put it back on again. But when you're pushing the polarizing filter out, you're actually making the polarizing filter dirty, or you're putting fingerprints on it. So you then have to clean it again before your next use. So if you're constantly taking the polarizing filter on and off, changing locations over the course of the day, that can become a right pain. But so that is the other huge thing with it. And if you look at how low profile the actual rotating ring is, that's no bigger than a normal polarizing filter. So when you're buying the filter holder kit, this comes with it. It's the same thing as buying a good quality polarizing filter, but it's coming free with the kit. So again, huge advantage, absolutely huge advantage. And just from the point of view of using it with the filter holder, which is now covered in sand because I dropped it on the ground, there is a small thumb wheel on the side. When I say small, it's perfectly sized. When you turn this, it turns the rotating adapter, which in turn turns the polarizing filter. But the huge thing about it, again, when this is in place, if I turn the filter holder to adjust my graduated filter, I'm not actually adjusting the polarizing filter. I'm only adjusting the polarizing filter once I turn this wheel, because there's natural tension on the rotating ring adapter. So when I turn this, the wheel turns as well. It's a really cute idea, and it's something I haven't seen in any of the rest of the filter holders. So again, top marks, and I would say obviously designed again by a photographer for a photographer. The other thing with it is, I mentioned an Allen key earlier on. You get an Allen key with the whole system. So if I take off the extra light shield caps, you'll notice there are 4 Allen screws. When you tighten these, you adjust the tension of the graduated filter and also of the ND filter. So some people like there to be very little tension. They can slide them up and down very easily. Some people like a minimum amount, a maximum amount of tension. Other people like a pathway in between. Me personally, I normally set the tension on these holders to being reasonably tight. For the simple reason being is, I spend a lot of time walking around, holding the tripod, carrying it with the filter holder and filters in place, especially in fading light conditions. I tend to move quickly. The last thing you want to do is hit the tripod off a rock, graduated filter or ND filter slides down through the holder and smashes on the ground. I know that's not going to happen with these because they're tight. I can loosen them if I want, or if the filter holder starts wearing with use over time, I can tighten it another small fraction. Again, small things, but they make a huge difference. Getting back to the light shield caps, as I was saying, the slot above on the top, you can see straight through it there where the graduated filter goes through. They also give you end cap fillers that you can actually take this section out and put it in a solid section. So if you didn't want to use a graduated filter. So, you know, it's incredibly easy to use. It's compact, it's lightweight, and the crazy thing about it is when you consider you have a polarizing filter, when you get the 3 adapter rings, when you get the Allen key, the filter holder, the light caps, the little slots for the graduated filter going on through it and everything else, when you buy all that and put it all together, it's cheaper than the Lee filter system, it's cheaper than the Nisi filter system, and in my opinion, it is a lot better. So I just don't understand why these constantly aren't out of stock. They're either manufacturing bucket loads of them, or people just haven't got wise to it yet. But and again, just going back to the filters, the other unique aspect that Formatt Hitech have with their filter holder is, as you can see, there's another gland here. Right, the sand on the base of that filler there. There's another gland here, which is actually your primary light shield. But you also have the light shield caps too as well that cover it over. Both of these combined, so you can use up to a 24 stop ND filter in this holder system. That's 24 stops, which is astronomical. So just really fantastic system. So that's the end of my Firecrest filter holder review. As I mentioned, absolutely fantastic filter. I'm a brand ambassador for their products, which means two things. You might say I'm slightly biased. Yes, because I love their products. I purchased them all myself. I was using their products before they asked me to become brand ambassador, so you know, it hasn't changed my viewpoint in any sense of the word. And the other thing with it is, and the other real positive, as a brand ambassador, I'd give a 10% discount code, which is HAYES10. So it's all capital letters, HAYES10, no spaces. And go onto the website in both America and in Europe, and at checkout, put in HAYES10, and you get 10% discount. So it doesn't get any better than that. So go buy them.